Thank you so much for being with us. I know it's early for you, but talk to me about Saturday night. Why is this a must-watch?
This is a must-watch because you have one guy that wants to prove to the world that he's able to jump weight classes and be up there with the likes of a Sugar Ray Leonard, like a Floyd Mayweather, like a Roy Jones, and so many others that have jumped different weight classes and tested their skills. This is a must-see because, both guys are relentless. One guy, power puncher, heavy hitter. Another guy would never quit and come straight ahead with the will to win. So when you got two guys like this in both with that killer attitude, it's going to be a great fight.
He's the most exciting because he is vulnerable, because he's not unbeatable. He's got crazy fast twitchies. He can box, but he's so aggressive and he's vulnerable enough to counters that it's actually excitement.
So, the biggest boxing debate of 2026 just heated up when Floyd Mayweather and Max Kellerman went head-to-head discussing this massive showdown. Floyd's backing Shakur as the better fighter without question. He can't stop talking about Stevenson's incredible defensive skills, his razor-sharp ring intelligence, and how complete he is as a boxer. In Floyd's eyes, nobody in that weight class even comes close.
130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevens.
But Max Kellerman fired back with some serious concerns about Shakur Stevenson. He pointed out how Stevenson's naturally the smaller guy when you put him next to other fighters in this division, and he's definitely not known for dropping bombs.
Sure. A multiple division belt holder, but he's the naturally smaller guy moving up. He's not a big puncher.
Kellerman claimed
Here's where Kellerman really made his point. Teofimo Lopez brings this explosive energy, and you never know what's coming next. That unpredictability factor makes him way more exciting than Shakur, according to Kellerman. But here's the twist that makes it even more compelling. Kellerman knows Shakur has all the technical ability to win this thing, which actually makes the whole situation more electric.
You believe there's a chance the other guy can win, and that makes it even more exciting, to say nothing of the pace he sets, the level of action, the level of bombs that are thrown as he fights better opposition, the number that will be coming back at him. Yeah, he's guaranteed thrills for the dollar.
Stephen A. Smith jumped in and completely went against Floyd's prediction. He kept bringing up how Lopez destroyed Vasily Lomachenko, using that performance as proof that Teofimo would be his bet if these two actually squared off against each other.
Stevenson.
He can fight. He's a champion. He's got a lot of heart. I respect where you're coming from with him because he's up there. But when I think about Lopez and what we saw against Lomachenko, we saw his boxing ability, we saw his elusivity, and we know what he's got in terms of power in both hands, and he comes forward. It ain't like he backs up. He stalks you too, and he comes to finish you. When I think about Tyson comparisons, when I think about knockout power, when I think about excitement, when I think about those things, I think about Teofimo Lopez. That would be my choice.
Then Kellerman threw Floyd a curveball question about fan appeal. He wanted to know why Floyd thinks Shakur connects better with audiences and what exactly makes fans gravitate towards Stevenson over Teofimo Lopez.
Why do you think he's been able to connect with a crowd? Because he draws real crowds when he fights. That's hard to do in boxing. He gets announced at Ravens games, and then he gets a big ovation, right? And now he's already fighting on pay-per-view.
His aura, people like him. At Main Street, he got a boyish look. He's very marketable. As far as when you look at him, he's marketable. But when the bell rings, he's a killer. And that's what people want to see.
When Max Kellerman sat down with Teofimo Lopez, the fighter made one thing crystal clear. He's locked and loaded for this potential war with Shakur Stevenson. Lopez radiated confidence, talking about his camp, his power advantage, and his game plan. You could feel how hungry he is to step in there and show everyone what he's really about in this massive opportunity.
I think that, with this type of fight and this type of magnitude of a fight, I have everything and all the attributes to beat this guy. This is great, man. This is great for the sport. We're both going to come into a 16 fight, and
Lopez got really animated, discussing how their contrasting approaches would create fireworks. His aggressive power-punching mentality going up against Shakur's slick defensive wizardry. He called it the perfect blend of technical brilliance meeting raw Rogan.
You are a big lightweight compared to him, but you like to mix it up. It's not like you have the longest reach and like to box from outside. You like to fight. How do you see this as a matchup of styles?
Style-wise and everything, I know, they call them high-tech. They do all those things like that, but I'm the type of fighter that I'll bring it to you. I bring the fight to you. And
Floyd Mayweather's been singing Shakur Stevenson's praises for years now. He consistently highlights his technical ability, his defensive genius, and that elite-level boxing intelligence. Floyd even admitted he would have jumped at the chance to bring Shakur into his promotional stable.
Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. He's asking, can he fight the best? I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level and give him the fights that he want, and make the fights happen that he want.
That same cool confidence shows up every time Stevenson talks to the media before fights. He's not about creating drama or feeding into hype machines. His mindset stays locked on putting on clinic performances, protecting his championship hardware, and leaving zero doubt about his abilities once that final bell rings.
Talk about this fight with Teofimo Lopez, but the main thing is, what are you expecting to see from Teofimo Lopez? Anything you haven't seen before from him?
Nah, he the truth. I understand what I'm getting myself into. I know that he's a great fighter. I believe that I'm the better fighter. So at the end of the day, come January 31st, we're going to find out.
A lot of people, when they talk about their opponents, look to disparage them. You don't want to do that. You just call them the truth. You respect him as a fighter. What do you expect about him?
At the end of the day, I'm an honest fighter. I sit down, I watch, and I see who's good and who's not. And when I watch him, I think he's a great fighter. So me being honest with you, that's all cool. But at the end of the day, once again, I will come out victorious.
The big narrative surrounding the last fight was the whole Tom and Jerry aspect of it. We're expecting to see you stand in front of Teofimo Lopez. And
I can't tell y'all how I'm going to fight. Why would I tell you? If I tell you, that means I'm telling him. So at the end of the day, it'll be a surprise for him, and just come in on fight night and I'll be ready.
Hey, who else?
This is Johnny Boy. What do you do better than Tio?
I'm the better fighter.
Molly Scott analyzed Shakur's approach and dropped some strategic advice for Teofimo Lopez. She warned Teo against falling into Stevenson's defensive trap. Her recommendation was for Lopez to stay aggressive and force his style instead of getting pulled into those technical chess matches where Shakur thrives.
Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. And right now I'm going to break down what Shakur does very well, but also what Teo needs to avoid, and why this has all the makings of being an all-time great fight. We're going to start with the southpaw jab in the lab from my perspective in full detail. Shakur has one of the best jabs in the business, in my opinion, especially from a southpaw standpoint, because what he do as fighters has this rocky, back and forth place before they about to do offense. Shakur always catches it and hits you with the beautiful jab right there. He has a great measure of distance with it. And like I said, he has good timing with it because he catch. When a guy wants to attack, you're rocking, you want to be front foot heavy, and the jab get there every time. He catches guys the minute that they want to attack from their front foot, and he stops their momentum with that very quick, snappy jab from a southpaw standpoint. This is something that Teo have to avoid, that quick jab. As you can see here, when Teo was going against Ortiz, he fighting the southpaw with your lead hand down. That's a tragedy. Why is it a tragedy? Because you're closer to their lead hand, and don't forget, guys, I just told you, Shakur has a very, very good jab. So that means Teo lead hand down, going into offense against Shakur, going with his lead hand down, he's open for the jab. And we all know that's one of Shakur's best shots.
Boxing insiders keep calling this Stevenson versus Lopez battle the fight that fans have been craving for ages. Everyone agrees the style matchup creates incredible potential for excitement. But there's this feeling that the promotional push hasn't lived up to how significant this fight really is. What's your take on that situation?
The fight next Saturday with Teo and Shakur.
Whoever God wants to win. But, you know, it's a that's a great fight for boxing. Because, I mean, it's a fight that's long, you know, it's one of those fights that's been long overdue that people have been waiting for to be made, and, you know.
Now that everything's officially locked in and anticipation keeps building, boxing experts everywhere started sharing their breakdowns. Jaron Ennis delivered his prediction with complete confidence about this anticipated war between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. His analysis points to Stevenson controlling this fight completely, predicting something like a 9-3 advantage for Shakur. Ennis credits this edge to Stevenson's mental toughness and his perfect understanding of range, letting him dictate the rhythm while shutting down Lopez's attack patterns throughout the fight.
Shakur facing Teofimo Lopez, a guy that, you know, you were in talks about fighting before you jumped to 54. What'd you think of that fight?
That's a good fight. You know, that's a good fight. Two top guys fighting each other. I think Shakur gonna cook him. I ain't gonna lie. I think Shakur gonna cook him 9-3.
9-3?
Yeah.
Now, you talking about, like, is it competitive early, or is it just?
It might be competitive early, but I think Shakur just gonna like start breaking him down, like, mentally and stuff like that. I don't think Teo like mentally there sometimes.
What is it about Shakur that's difficult?
I just think with these guys, I think Shakur, like, he knows distance well, and I don't think the other guys can, like, reach him or capitalize off of it.
Ennis also mentioned how a stoppage could definitely happen because boxing always brings surprises. If Stevenson keeps applying pressure consistently, Lopez might get completely overwhelmed. His advice to Stevenson was simple but effective. Stick to what works best. Trust your natural abilities, and block out any negativity or doubt from outside voices. Keep the game plan straightforward and execute properly, and Stevenson should cruise to a convincing win without taking unnecessary chances.
Everybody's saying decision. Could a stoppage be on the table? Because you said, like, frustrate him.
Yeah, for sure. A stoppage is always in the works. You know, these guys fighting with ounces on no headgear. Anything can happen in boxing.
So what does Shakur have to do to be successful against a Teo?
Just be himself. Be him. Don't listen to the crowd. Don't listen to these fans. Don't listen to these haters, naysaying doubters. Just be him. Do what he do best, and that's one.
Yeah. Keep it. Is that a situation where you keep it simple, keep it boring?
Keep it simple and win. Yo, that's all. Get home safely to your family, bro. Keep it simple and just win.
Is this the kind of fight dudes like Shakur, dudes like Devin, Gervonta, y'all get a lot of criticism for, it seems like, performances, opponents, etc. Is this the performance, or is this the fight that'll shut up the naysayers?
For Shakur?
Yeah.
I would say yeah, but, you know, you're gonna always have them people in the background saying they're gonna try to downplay it.
Regis Prograis recently made waves with his fearless prediction for the Stevenson versus Lopez showdown. He thinks Shakur Stevenson will completely destroy Teofimo Lopez mentally during their battle. Prograis broke down how Lopez definitely has athletic gifts and can step up when the lights get bright, but he's shown mental fragility and inconsistent performances that Stevenson can exploit. Prograis believes Shakur's disciplined approach, deadly counter-punching ability, and rock-solid consistency will frustrate Lopez and break him down psychologically as rounds pile up. His prediction has Stevenson taking control after those opening rounds and cruising to a dominant points victory because Lopez won't be able to make adjustments once his power shots stop connecting.
So I talked to dude at the gym the other day about the fight and stuff like that. He was like, man, like, he was talking about Teo, and, you know, he was like, man, Shakur's never fought nobody like Teo. He's never fought nobody that fast. He's never fought nobody that explosive, that powerful. And when Shakur gets hit, you know what's going to happen. I just feel like Shakur is defensively, he's really, really good as a southpaw defensively. But Tio is nice too. Tio is he is a real nice fighter. I just say Shakur because I think that because with Tio, bro, we just don't know what Tio gonna show up. Like sometimes Tio is mentally, he does shine in big fights. That's one thing about Tio. With Josh Taylor, with Lomachenko, he shined in those big fights and stuff like that. But then sometimes he'll struggle. Of course he lost against Cambosis. All the stuff was going on with Claggett, with Sando Martin. And he got other people that he kind of struggled with. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that. But Shakur, I think that Shakur could break mentally. I think Shakur could break him.
But Regis Prograis keeps it real about the knockout possibility from Teofimo Lopez's side, especially in those early moments. Prograis acknowledges Lopez's physical advantages and devastating power make him extremely dangerous. One clean connection from Tio's explosive punching could flip this entire fight and possibly end Shakur's night before those championship rounds arrive.
It's like when you're not hitting nobody, you missing, they just tagging you or something, you could break them. But at the same time, yes, I think that Tio could potentially. He's sharp, he's fast, and he hits hard too. So it'll be a good fight. I just think that I just think that Shakur. It'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. Where if Tio could beat Shakur, I'll be shocked. Basically, because I think Shakur is supposed to win.
Is Tio the type of with his style? Because he's got to be one of the most athletic fighters like in the world right now.
Yeah.
So is he the type of guy where it's just like, his athleticism, he'll throw some shit at you where you just do not see it coming. That's maybe the type of style where it's just like Shakur's amazing defensively, but damn, maybe he didn't see this coming, didn't see that coming. His punch.
The ones that hurt you, the ones that knock you out, the ones you don't see coming is the ones that knock you out. So that's a possibility for sure. That's definitely a possibility.
Teofimo Lopez couldn't be more direct about his priorities, heading into this world title defense against Shakur Stevenson. His mission goes way beyond just showing up to fight. He's there to keep his championship belts and keep building something special at 40. Lopez shows respect for Stevenson's abilities, but stays confident about his own superiority as an athlete. While everyone else debates techniques, game plans, or knockout scenarios, his philosophy centers on letting his performance do the talking when everything's on the line. Lopez understands that hunting too hard for the knockout can backfire completely, so his approach focuses on staying patient while remaining ready when those opportunities present themselves naturally.
Just like I said, man, focused, ready to do what I got to do in my assessment on my part Saturday night, and we will be victorious.
For the win of this fight, where do you think that takes him? Pound for pound, let's just in general, boxing fans.
It's up to you all. You guys got that power. For me, my power is just to do what I got to do on that night, Saturday night against Shakur Stevenson, and keep my belts, retain my belts, defend my belts, and just keep it moving. Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Will it be Theo bring the pain Lopez night?
Yeah, we bringing the pain, man. Bring back the pain. So that's what we're doing, man. We bringing the pain, and also with the game.
Lopez sees his battle with Shakur as something that belongs alongside boxing's most memorable encounters. He recognizes all the buzz, media coverage, and fan excitement that comes with these elite-level matchups, knowing this moment could define his entire career trajectory. But Teo stresses how important it becomes to shut out distractions and avoid getting pulled into outside commentary or storylines. He keeps his attention on controllable factors instead of all the background noise surrounding this event. When it's all said and done, he approaches this matchup as more than just another challenge. This represents his chance to cement his status and prove he belongs among boxing's absolute best.
To this fight, right? You're number one at 140, ring champ. He isn't the ring champ at 135. There isn't one right now, but he'd probably be considered the number one guy at 135. When you think about boxing history, I know you know your boxing history, what can you compare this fight to in terms of previous matchups, and what do you think it means for you guys in terms of the legacy you set going forward?
I think from the grand scale of it all, it can kind of be like a Loma situation, just now with the community, that's all. So I think that's all that plays with it, and really my job really is just to cut off the noise and do what I got to do And then seeing all that with what they're saying, and I mean, this is a big fight, man. It's a magnitude fight, and we're both prepared. So I can't wait to see what we're gonna do.
Plenty of observers question whether Shakur Stevenson's approach can become too predictable and sometimes fails to create excitement for viewers. Some analysts describe his stick-and-move, defense-heavy strategy as a hit-and-retreat system he relies on constantly, particularly against aggressive opponents, instead of mixing up his offensive attack. Different voices in the boxing world have called Stevenson's style unexciting or too repetitive from bout to bout, claiming it lacks the sustained aggression and knockout power that attracts mainstream fans. This criticism focuses on how Stevenson seems to prioritize defense and point scoring over pressure and finishing power, creating fights that feel less explosive for certain viewers. When it comes to Teofimo,
he steps up at the big ones. So I am less inclined to be concerned about the version of Teofimo that's going to turn up on Saturday than I am with Shakur, because Shakur always fights the same way. Low output, brilliant. The art of the game is to hit and not get hit. Shakur Stevenson's the guy. If you're reading a textbook of how to do the hit and not get hit, he's the master of it, right? But does that always lend to a fantastic watch? No, it doesn't. I'm unsure, mate, if I'm honest right now. I don't want to put my flag in the sand and say this is going to be a barn burner, because I'm not convinced that it will be a barn burner. I think it's going to be really tight, really, like I said at the start of this, a thinking man's fight, of which the odd mistake here and there is going to then point you in the direction of who wins it.
What is your pick to take home the victory in this incredible showdown?
Leave your predictions and break down your fight analysis in the comments below.